Welcome to That One Time in Business with me, your host, Casey Renae, a creative director and brand strategist who has 1,000,001 stories and lessons to share. Now remember, these are teachable moments with a twist and a laugh. So let's get started. Okay, so boom. We are going to talk about trusting your designer, trusting who you hired. And I feel like we talked about this before, but clearly it fell on deaf ears. So we are back. So I want to talk about that one time in business where I had a client, and it was a long, long road. Long road. Reason being is because she saw all my work. She trusted in everything I did. Well, okay, I thought she trusted in everything I did because she saw my portfolio. She was just an avid fan. She always says, like, I wanted to work with you. I wanted to work with you. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. She finally, I guess, saved her coins and was ready in her new business that she was starting to work alongside the girl. Because, I mean, I'm the girl, you know? So I was excited too because I am really familiar with her. I went to college with her. So I felt like, okay, there's understanding of that. We have the camaraderie from, our hold up. Say it. Alma, alma mater. Bow. Okay, so we had that in common. And I just really felt like, she's going to respect my business, Aggie pride. Okay, it's worldwide, if you didn't know. Anyway, so we decided that we were going to work together and we started. Can I just first say this, like a caveat or a disclaimer? I know that when I meet with people and they see my portfolio, I always say, what piece in my portfolio kind of brought you here? Like, what is it that you liked about my portfolio that made you be like, this is the project right there that was like, I have to hire Casey. And 9 times out of 10, it is a passion project piece, meaning that no one oversaw me. This came straight from my dome, and I was creating based off of what I felt to be true to the mock client or the client or anything like that. I felt like this is what the solution was to whatever that business or brand's problem was. Okay. So I asked the question that I love to ask, like, what piece brought you to my portfolio? And of course, it was a piece that was not a client's. It was something that I created. I do these things called Freestyle Friday, where I would tell people on Instagram, like, give me 2 words, and then I create like a whole brand out of it. And it started doing really well. I was doing them during pandemic or whatever. So she ended up loving it. And I said, okay. And that I say that and ask that to then tell you I did this without anybody basically sitting their ass up on the back of my shoulder, and I got it done and I solved a mock problem, but this is the solution. Remember this because this is key for later. So once we started to design. We went through the mood boards. That was kind of cool. Shades of colors were a little bit off. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be easy. I'm going to just chill because these are just colors. She thinks that the overall tone, the graphics, the pictures, the typography was really good. So we just going to keep it going. For some reason, the colors was just sitting on her mind. We couldn't get past colors. It took forever. And I was like, okay, let's finally get there. But also, this comes back to the trust. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I promise you, I look at your competitors. I do my research when I'm branding a client. So don't think I'm just jumping in branding you with no sense of anything. Right. And I was like, no, I think these are really strong. This means, it was a fitness brand. So I was like, this means this means that. I'm always prepared with the answer, So she was like, okay, we finally got through the colors and it was time to do the logo design. Well, here's the problem with the logo design. She sent me pictures of what she wanted, not inspiration. Literally, like, I need you to kind of like redesign this. Man, design 101, I cannot, that's plagiarism. Like, you're not about to get me sent to jail, especially if you get big. And, I like to, manifest big things for all my clients, So, ma'am, you're going to be the GOAT of fitness. I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, what if we just kind of do a variation? So now again, I asked you what project you like most from me, and it was something that I had total freedom to do. Now, I'm not saying do not let clients be clients. I'm not saying that. I think that clients should have opinions. Me personally, I know some designers who do this one concept method because they want to feel like this is it and this is right. I don't knock that at all. I think that if that works for you, do it. Me personally, I give you two options because I want you to feel for the investment that you are making that you feel like you have seen multiple solutions to a problem because there's always more than one solution to a problem. So, me personally, I give you two options. I was just trying to get to that point to give her the two options so then she could kind of make, like, in my mind, you giving me a picture of a logo or something means that you didn't even let me try yet. Like, you didn't even we take the trust off the damn table, throw it in the trash because we didn't even get to the part yet. Like, you didn't even let me flex my greatest muscle, which is design. So I'm like, okay, she's just sitting them and she was like, I want this. And I made this Pinterest board for you. And if you see items A through G, I'm like, oh my fucking goodness. Like, lady,
help me help you.
right? So I'm like, also now, this is why I have a COO who talks to people because I felt my spirit elevating talking to her because it's like, damn, we didn't even really get started yet and you are already with the bullshit. But anyway, so she sent images. She was like, here are this, here's this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, clearly you have something so like direct in your mind. And that is like, first of all, okay, when you're working with a graphic designer, some people will challenge me. There is a difference between a graphic designer and a brand designer. They are two totally different things. When you're working with a graphic designer and you just have this like concept and you're not trying to solve a solution, you just want the element or picture that's in your mind to come out into fruition. That's what that's better suited for. Now, brand designers, we're going to do research, we're going to do strategy, we're going to look at competitors, we're going to do all these different things to get you to where you need to be. So you pulling out just random clip art with feels for me, of course. Now, I will play devil's advocate on my damn self. My job as a designer and a brand designer is to also educate. So I have to educate you on my process. I need to educate you on why certain things are like they are. But however, that's also again what comes with trust. Back to the key word of it all. This is all trust. So once I educate you, you trust the school that you apply for, right? You give them thousands of dollars. No, seriously. We trust that we go to school. We trust that the college or university we go to, they're going to tell us the right information to help us go to our next step in life. When you are seeking service providers, you should do your same exact research. You should be educated, and then you should kind of trust, unless something else has come into play that should dismember that trust, that what I'm telling you is what I'm doing. Um, I'm sorry, tangent, but because I was mad. So she sends me all the pictures. Okay, back to the pictures. She sends me millions of pictures, and I'm like, okay, girl. So I start to do the concepts of the pictures in the best way that I can that will not get me in jail at this point. Because I'm just not trying to get locked up for a fucking logo. So I did it, and of course, it was not what she wanted. Because I knew it wasn't. She was like, it just is not reading what I thought it was gonna be. And I literally had to be like, okay, pause for a second. Let me just do it. Like, just take a gamble on me, which sucks that as a service provider who you hired, I have to tell you to take a gamble on me for a project that you hired me for. It's not like I said, take a gamble on me and you haven't paid me and I'm just new and I'm popping up on the scene. So I was a little pissed about that, but I made it work. So then I went back and I ended up doing the logo. she was on the fence. I think it was perfect for what she needed. Granted, she had me use this font. I don't know where this font came from, but somehow I don't know when she took it to the justice of the peace and married that bitch, but it was this font she just would not, she would not let go of. I digress. So I used the font. I thought the font choice could be changed, whatever. Well, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough to the point where basically she kind of wanted to end her contract because, so for me, when I do logos and I do the two options and I do it full out, I tell people all the time, just give me about 2 weeks to put my head down and design. And if you heard the episode where I spoke with Justin, we talk about how the 2 weeks are not because it literally takes me 2 weeks to design. No, but as a creative in those 2 weeks, we just have to find what day feels good. You know, like what is it, a Wednesday? Do I feel like it? Or is it a Friday? Whatever feels good in my soul, you know, the lighting has to be right. Is the sun out? Is the music right? Like, what's going on? And once I find the day that works to design, we go. So she said that because I had to take my 2 weeks and use the research and define the day and all that other stuff, she was then to the point where this was taking too long. Mind you, lady, it's only taking this long because you do not trust me and you are designing on top of my shoulder. So if you are it's a meme. I hope I can find it where it basically says if I design it, it's 500. If you design no, if you tell me what to do and I design it, that's 800. If you design it, it's like 1,000. Like basically saying it's hard to get what people in jobs supervise, like it's hard to get what you need done when somebody is on top of you. Like you might as well have a damn barrel in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels. It's pressure and you just can't design to the quality that you need to or create. So she was like, it's taking too long. I think we should just end this and I want my money back, blah, blah, blah. First of all, ma'am, you showed me you didn't read your contract. Boom. Because you ain't getting this goddamn money back. And two, you're not getting your money back because the time is based on you. You want what you want when you want it. But the thing is, the reality is you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you want because you sent me a whole Pinterest boards of things that look different. And now I do believe that you can pull different things from Pinterest boards. But if every note is, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one, do you really know what you like? Or it's not even like you was like, I like this the most. I like this one the least. No, it was I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. You know, so it was very aggravating. So what do you think happened next? No, she didn't cut her damn thing. After I told her about herself, she's somewhere, I guess it's like she wanted to trust me. She was like, all right, we'll just keep going. We'll keep going. In my mind, I was like, we gonna keep going because you I guess you're seeing how you're getting on everybody's motherfucking nerves and no one else is probably gonna want to deal with this shit. But also, devil kids avid to myself. You know, when you first in business and you starting and you get in your groove, you need money. You don't know better. You don't fire clients like you're supposed to. You do not get rid of clients like you're supposed to. You just here for the fucking ride of it. You know, it's like I just want to cash this check and go about my merry way. And her scope was a branding package and a website. So this is a comma. Like this is a good package. So I'm gonna tell you about yourself, but I'm gonna do my best to keep you too. I'm just gonna be honest. That was a red flag on my own damn part. Anywho, so we went through it. We worked through it, right? I'm gonna cut all the way. We got through the logo, okay? Do I like this logo to this day? Fuck no, it is ugly. I do not tell nobody I made that damn logo. Like when people are like, who made your logo? Just say you did because ultimately you fucking did. So that's where we are with that. Next step, we get to the website. She's one of the reasons why I don't fucking touch websites no more. If it ain't a landing page, don't ask me to do a website. It is not happening. Can I do them? Yes. Will I do them for you? Absolutely the fuck not. And she's ruined it. You know how one bad apple spoils the bunch? Meet the apple. That's what we should call this episode. The apple. No, I'm not gonna call it that. It's about trust. Anywho, so we did it. we started working on the website. It was like pulling teeth to get information, to get verbiage. And I am also, again, because I am the designer who educates their clients. I even had this like design made up. It was called the anatomy of a homepage. This is how much I be caring about my clients and making sure they get what they need from the kid. I created a document and it was called the anatomy of a homepage. And it literally says, I need this. We'll do a call to action this. All you have to do is fill in the blanks. Fill them in, right? If you don't have a photo shoot, you tell me adjectives that you want for the stock photography that you will have to purchase because that's a whole nother story. How I did a website one time with cell phone pics. That was my first time doing it. And baby, she put a whole PayPal reversal on my shit. And I wasn't even mad at it. Cause I was like, this shit is ugly. Even though I told her she need high resolution, I'm on the tangent again. I was pissed. But anyway, so all of that, right? So we go through, we get the stock photos. We finally get the verbiage after pulling teeth. I do the whole website. Guess what the fuck happened? I do my websites on Wix. Shout out to Wix if you ever want to sponsor the kid. I do my websites on Wix. Ask me if that fucking website is linked to a domain to this fucking day.
To this day?
No. She went through all of this shit, all this sense of urgency, all I don't understand it, all this X, Y, and Z. That website, I sent so many emails like, hey, you're on my server. I'm trying to give you your website. Link it. Like, let's link the domain. Okay, I'm coming. Why I give her a voice like that? Anyway, I like really reached out to this girl to link this damn website. To this day, if you log into my Wix website account and you look at all my sites, hers does not say premium. It is not linked to anything. My whole thing is, first of all, you must got money because you to get a whole website done to just leave it, and she's still in business, and I don't feel slighted. I don't think she even has a website, you know. But to do all of that, regardless, the girl learned a lot of fucking lessons. Okay, first lesson: if you don't trust me, don't work with me. Okay, but the lesson for me in that is I have to vocalize like, hey, I need your trust. There are going to be some things that I may design or some reasons why I might not add glitter to your fucking logo. And I need you to understand why, because I am formally trained. And I want you to know that I am only here to make your brand and your company better, you know? And I need you to do that. And if it even feels remotely like a kickback, I gotta leave. I have left if you hear these podcasts, I've left clients where I'm like, I'm sorry, it just sounds like you don't trust me. I gotta get the fuck because you're gonna make it hard. And I'm too deep in. Makai Fife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too deep in for you not to trust the shit that I'm doing. Now you can question it, and I would definitely give you a professional answer. I'm not gonna be like, nah, this is the shit. Just go with it. And I'm not about to do that. I'm gonna be like, no, I picked this because X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna articulate what's going on, you know. And I've had clients though, if you have a problem and you rebuttal it and it makes sense, we definitely will change it. Like, I'm not like, this is it and that's it. No, challenge me because it helps me also grow as a designer and as a business owner. So anyway, so with that being said, I learned that. I also learned that Pinterest boards are fucking out. So, okay. Okay. So Pinterest boards used to be my thing because I also learned that clients need something to do. Clients, and I'm not mad at that. You invest in a service. You want to feel, not all. There are some clients who like, do your thing and I'm going to get the fuck. But then there's some clients who are like, well, what do I do next? Like, what's the next step? Because they're genuinely excited. So my next step used to be like, just go ahead and put together a whole damn Pinterest board for me and then I can look at it. I never do that shit again. This Pinterest board will have checkers to origami to a tea bag. And you'd be like, ma'am, we're branding shoes. Like it just don't be making sense. You know what I'm saying? And they can't articulate what they're looking for in the pool, which is fine. Now, if you have certain colors and stuff, I definitely ask you that. So now in return, my homework is not a Pinterest board. My homework is a form where I'm like, okay, let's talk about your competitors. What do they look like? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? And this is stuff that makes them think, and it goes beyond design. Now they're thinking for their actual brand as a whole. And I'll say, okay, if you could be put in a magazine, what magazine would your brand be? You know, and they're like, oh, dang, like if you had to get advertising space in a magazine, where are we going? Because then it helps me look like, okay, people be like, I want to be an O magazine. Okay, so what you're telling me is your clientele might be 35 to 50, like, or up. Like, this helps me subconsciously answer questions that sometimes they feel like they can't answer. So that's what homework looks like now. It's no more Pinterest board. Fuck these Pinterest boards. They're weapons, okay, of mass damn destruction, and I cannot stand them shits. So that's that. And then I learned that what I always knew, well, I didn't know at the time, contracts, save lives, get them signed, the basics, because without it, she could have got a refund, but I was like, no, and then also my personality helped, because I was like, no, we're going to get this done. You got to give a pep talk to your clients. So even if they're getting on your fucking nerves, you got to give this, it's going to be great. No, trust me. Like, this is going to be good. This is what I do. And trust the process. All that shit. No, I mean, I'm only going to give that pep talk one time now. And then it's like, okay, you still don't trust me. You got to get the fuck. Anyway, so that's what I learned about that. And to the lovely young lady who got on my nerves, who did not trust me, that she might very well just goddamn trust issues in life. I'm not a therapist. Who fucking knows? To you, I would like to say,
somebody's getting on my nerves. Forget that you're a lady and give them what they deserve.
Now somebody's getting on my nerves and I'm ready to get crazy. It never fails to amaze me.
You got on my motherfucking nerves. But you taught me a lot, and just, I wish you the best. Just work on that, because why? Business karma is real. It's a very real thing. And just like you want your clients to trust you, you should trust others. Okay, bye. So did you enjoy the gems I dropped today, or feel normalized after you push play? Well, feel free to like, subscribe, and share that One Time in Business with me, your host, Casey Renae. Now remember, we are all in this crazy shit together.